Hi everyone, welcome to the 10th live episode of Misplaced Livin Farms. During this series, we will talk about problems within our food systems and we invite entrepreneurs, advocates, and experts to share their solutions. What is really exciting is that this week we're celebrating Stop Food Waste Day, which is tomorrow, April 28th. So if you do not know about this initiative, check it out and also stay tuned for a small surprise from Livin Farms. So we started our series of conversations around food waste around 2 weeks ago with our own CTO, Thomas Riehl. He introduced us to insect technologies for food waste management. And then last week, we had another special guest, Philip Schuler from Too Good To Go. And he talked to us about how we can collaborate with businesses to rescue food waste. So today, the day before Stop Food Waste Day, I am really excited to have Shiuh from Pasar Grub joining us to tell us his story. Hi, Shiuh. Welcome to Misplaced. So before I let Shiuh tell us the story of Pasar Grub, let me just give you a little bit of background about him and about his social enterprise. So Pasar Grub is a social enterprise that tackles agricultural issues such as surplus produce, wastage, and issues around the environment. Shiuh is an environmental advocate, and he believes that everyone deserves to have access to affordable and nutritious food. So his organization, Pasar Grab, helps farmers and distributors to find the market to sell excess produce, while also helping communities receive daily necessities at affordable costs. So today, with him, we will learn about food waste, about Malaysia's below 40% community and what Pasar Grab is doing for this community. Do not forget to ask Shiuh your question. You can drop your questions in the chat or in the comments, depending on where you're watching us from. And we will make sure that he will address them at the end of his presentation in around 15 minutes. So without further ado, Shiuh, thank you so much for joining us. And please feel free to begin.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? So Pasar Grub is formally known as Grub Cycle. We started in 2016. Pasar Grub is a social enterprise dedicated of rescuing surplus produce by making surplus easily accessible and affordable for everyone. At the same time, driving the world towards a healthy and sustainable future and saving the environment as we go. Our motto is, nobody should go hungry in the world of plenty. Oh, sorry. So yeah. So the main problem in our Malaysian ecosystem is that Malaysia is food is abundant in Malaysia. So yes, food is abundant in Malaysia. An average Malaysian wastes 1 kg of edible food every day. That's about 55% of our landfill. All those food waste make landfill unsanitary, emitting greenhouse gases like methane, which will lead to climate change and global warming. Agriculture is one of the main leading contributor of causing environmental harm. Direct factors such as harmful pesticide, chemical, high water consumption, energy that is destroying our ecosystem. Oh, is the line okay?
Hi, Shiuh. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, it looks like we might not be able to see your slides moving. So could you try resharing the screen? Let's try once more. Otherwise, if you're okay, then I guess we can do without the slides.
Which part is...
So now
I
we're
stop sharing?
seeing... So would you like to start resharing your slides? I think we were at slide number,
So
I can see. Right. So it's titled Problems. And okay, now you're on About Us. That's what we are seeing. So you can
okay, what
full
about now?
screen. I think it's working fine. Yes, yes, you can full screen. Thank you for your patience. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah. All right. What about the audio just now? Is it okay?
The audio is okay. Thank you, Shiuh. Yes.
Okay. Okay. This is the problem. So as you know that yeah, this is our local newspaper. We have food wastage in Malaysia and excess vegetable at markets go to waste, etc., etc. So this is the second problem. Lower income households facing challenges of food insecurity due to financial constraint, especially during the pandemic that is happening. Families are not facing food insecurity, also jobs insecurity as well. So one of the factors that cause, I mean, like make this worse is the COVID. So schools are temporarily closed. Therefore, these children are not accessible for school-based supplementary food program that is subsidized by the government. So parents are forced to use other less nutrient food means to feed their children. Example like instant food or canned food. So our solution is Pasar Grub will be the bridge channeling food surplus to communities in need, allowing them to have supply of nutritious food, also providing additional income for local farmers, distributors, and help help our help to reduce surplus and food wastage. We will be using this platform to educate the public on food surplus and how to improve the impact. Yeah, so this is one of the charts, as you can see. So this is how we operate. We will open setting up 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. stalls selling produce at a very affordable price to communities. They will always be, we are always welcome, and they are like glad to see us every time when we arrive the location. So our customers, our target consumers are the B40, which low income community. So they would live around low cost apartments around Malaysia. We are targeting areas near our area, which is Klang Valley. So this is one of the some of the pictures that I'm showing you. So you can see that this is our distribution before COVID, of course. Okay, so you can see the photo bottom right. So this is one of our collaboration with big companies where they give us grants and we just distribute to the B40 communities without any cost from them. So what makes us special is that why big corporates come to us is because normal practice for donation is like they go to buy from a market or from a supplier, distributor. They would normally purchase at a normal market price. So if they come to us, we can source much more cheaper produce, and it will can help out more families, more headcounts than we normally would. So yeah, hold on. Okay, yeah. So you can see our traction, which is we rescue. This is November 2019 to August 2020. So our traction is we saved around 7,000 kgs of food. We saved 38,000 for our community, which is the amount market price minus drop cycle price, which equals to expense saved. So around 1,700 families are impacted. So this is our work in 2000. This is our work in current year. So this is our project. Yes, this is on the first picture on the left. You can see that we distribute to the shelter home. This is a grant provided by DHL, which is a courier service. And the project, the second photo and the third photo is our collaboration with AIA. This project helped us reach out to 1,000 families. Per bag, if you can see in the photo, it contains 8.8 kgs of food. So each families will receive 8.8 kgs of food distributed to them. So the food will consist of like broccolis, potatoes, onions, carrots, and yeah. So these produce is meant to last them for about a week. So you can see that we distributed to them during this COVID season with we follow the government SOP and there's social distancing. Yeah, more examples here. This is our traction of in the current year. So around 4,000 of food rescued, 9,900 expensive for our community, 500 families impacted. This is the one that we have done. Our upcoming projects, which with the same company, AIA, and also DHL, will estimated 8,000 kgs of food to be rescued, 11,900 ringgit expenses to be saved for our community, and around 1,190 families to be impacted. So yeah, we have come to a conclusion. So we just want you to know that you can rescue, you can help us to and participate, join our movement too. If you have any questions or you are interested, you can contact us at hello@pasargrub.com. Okay, so yeah.
Thank you, Shiuh. That was great. I think you're doing an amazing job, and it's really interesting to see the impact that you can have also with corporate partners, which is always really motivating, I think. Awesome. So we do have a couple of questions from the audience, but I thought I'd ask a couple of things before, if that's all right. Not stealing anyone's time, I promise I'll get to those. I was just wondering, since you help farmers and other suppliers get rid of excess food or excess produce, so why do these suppliers find themselves with an excess most of the time? Why do they find themselves with a surplus?
Oh, so you can see, as you know, that most farmers in Malaysia, they tend to like over farming because they want to pack with the price. So it's more to have access than to, yeah, it's because Malaysian weather, it's quite rough. We do have a heavy rain season. So that's why that farmers feel safer to just to like grow more, and so to pack with the prices. So yeah, surplus is is going to be quite common due to that reason.
Okay, well, thanks for that. And I also wondered, of course, you work clearly with underprivileged communities, right? And I see that your practice is to address those areas and set up stands or like tables for the day for a couple of hours and distribute. So I'm really curious about the way you reach out to these communities and how do you identify the right community and also make sure that they are willing to buy or to get the donations that you're bringing to the area. So I'm trying to understand if you face any issues in reaching out to these peoples and reaching out to the right communities. How does Pasar Grub tackle this?
No, we don't face any issues at our current stage. As we have been operating since 2016, our social enterprise have already set up a wide outreach and established a good relationship amongst many B40 communities, and as well as local NGOs. So it's easier for us to mobilize our team. We know like which areas to set up, which stall to set up. So all the locations are provided to us for the community. We don't have to rent them. We don't have to pay any rental expenses. Yeah, they just let us to operate in a open field or either in a closed area. So also that as for reach out, we do like have a communication like a WhatsApp or phone and to the community leaders.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they will have like a community leader that will also help us volunteer on the packaging, selling. So communication, distribution, and manpower is never a worry for us because that we will, uh, because the community are really happy to receive us because they also understand that we are helping them in a way. Yeah.
Yeah, so it must be a very valuable initiative for them because they seem like very welcoming and collaborative as well. Are the community leaders those aunties that were on your last slides, or are those other people part of your team?
So Pasar Grub, we operate in a small scale. We don't really have much of big headcounts.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we we require the help of the community leaders as well. Yeah, each areas will have a team. So there will sometimes we gave them surplus veggies in return, but they are willing to work for like volunteer for free because yeah, I believe we all understood the value that we're doing, because when we're selling, we are also trying to operate as a business. We are trying to, as we are a social enterprise, we try to control our costs for us as well. And so, yeah, because we can't sell at a higher price, so volume is also an important factor to us.
Right.
And yeah, so community, if they want to have they want to volunteer, we are really happy to receive that.
That's awesome. Well, I hope that maybe with today you'll have more people reaching out to volunteer. It sounds like an amazing initiative. And you mentioned also the how COVID-19 has worsened the situation for these families, and um, you have been operative since 2016, right? So, what can you tell us a little bit more about the worsening of the situation? I understand the situation of kids not being able to go to school and get canteen food. How have you adjusted basically to respond to an increase in demand? I'm assuming, right, for your produce at a cheaper price.
Oh, let me share my screen again. The articles that, hold on. Can I reshare my screen again?
Yes.
Okay, let me present this. Okay, the articles on the right, which is the title, "Excess Vegetables at Market Go to Waste."
Mm-hmm.
So you can see that during the MCO, this is during the COVID season. The article is on 1st of April 2020. So this was exactly 1 year ago. So the oversupply of vegetables in Kuala Lumpur, the wholesale, they are having they're facing a issue that they need to throw away baskets of fruits due to oversupply, and due to the MCO families. We have multiple reasons that uh, causing this issue. For example, less people coming out, and less people have other means to keep themselves fed, and also the situation of financial constraint, and time to having the restriction to go out to buy to go to supermarket or any local market to buy this food. So during this period, we did try to be as active as we can, and also due to the COVID, we are also restructure ourselves to more towards a big distribution rather than small distribution. As you can see that in our slide that I showed present early on. We are in active rounds September to December due to movement restriction, and we also don't want our communities to be impacted by because when we are distributing, we are doing it at a close contact situation.
Right.
So starting our this year, how we distributed, we implemented more towards the Pasar Grub bag, which is the tote bag that you've seen earlier. So they don't come and come to the food, and then we weight them, and then we don't do that anymore. We just give them the bag, and then each of every one of them will receive exactly the same quantity amount of food. So okay. Oh, your question is on the impact. How has it worsened, right? Yeah. Even before the COVID period, and again due to the financial constraint, we have high amount of our children, especially the B40s. They are experiencing issues such as like stunted growth, and due to malnutrition and etc. Of course, this COVID made it worse, as they don't have any supplementary program that is which they can normally find in their food, which is subsidized by our governments. So due to that, families have to find other means to keep their family fed, which sometimes have to in a very less nutritious way. So that's how we try to help them, help this community to tackle this issue, and also at the same time to reduce food waste in our ecosystem.
Amazing. Yeah, thanks for that. It's really sad to hear that there are children that can't have a proper growth because of not having the needed nutrition. That's of course really sad, but amazing to hear that you are able to reach out to these communities. Let me move on maybe to the questions from the audience then. I think one of them has been more or less addressed, I guess. Tejavi was asking, do the communities know about Pasar Grub, and do they know when they can go to get produce? How does it work? So I do think we elaborated a little bit on that already. I'm wondering, maybe we can just deepen a little bit on this. Is it usually the community that reaches out to you? Are they aware of what they do? And for example, a neighborhood community leader calls you up and says, "Can you guys come here?" Or do you also do kind of like scouting, right? And research on farther areas that you can reach? How do you plan basically this geographical reach in your area?
Okay. Right. Mm, so as we started our operation since 2016. So we are already established a lot of relationship and established our image towards this community. So they already know us, and when do they as for question
I guess,
by
I guess I'm trying to understand if you're serving always more or less the same areas, right? Or if you found yourself scaling up to more areas within your city, for example.
ah
Um,
yeah, okay, all right. So Klang Valley. So our targeted area is in Klang Valley.
mhm, mhm,
So as we already have around 9 to 15 communities that we are currently serving now, which is it's around like three. That alone is 3,000 families estimated. Yeah, we already got our hands full. Again, due to the cost of logistics is quite big, we do have to um, we have to source our logistics from a local business, which is called Lala Moves. They are the one that logistic service. So we can only so we target only for the areas that is close to us. So expansion plans, I don't see it now because we do have our hands full, and I believe that maybe if we can work with more larger corporation, do a big collaboration, maybe we can source that out. And also because yeah, regarding the distance, the travel distance, because our what we're dealing is we are dealing with living vegetables,
mhm.
so we try to find for logistic service that we don't usually use vehicles that have with air conditioning, because we try to keep our costs low so we can target more people, because the lower cost we spend, the more we focus more on vegetables rather than other expenses like other requirements. So our main expenses, we want to try to go towards giving out more on the vegetables uh, rather than having more costs on storage
Yeah.
or yeah. So yeah, that's why we will not tackle any areas that's outside or too far away from us.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's my answer.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. So the idea is to try to deliver to as many people as possible, and
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do
correct,
that,
correct.
you really need to control cost. That's
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
totally understandable. I guess in my head I was thinking it would be amazing, like if this could be done on a wider scale. But I guess that, who knows, might happen for you in the future. I hope so. And it might lead us to Aisha's question. You already answered as to how long you've been operating in Malaysia, but I guess we're curious as to what are the next steps in Pasar Grub's growth as a social enterprise.
Yeah, that's a great question. So, I'm glad to answer that. So our next step for Pasar Grub, we wish to collaborate more with local NGOs, and as well as local businesses. We wish to target business, big or small. Yeah, we can just do collaboration with them. So if they like give us grants, we can set up a stall on behalf of their name. We tell them that we will like set up their banners. So we tell them that this is like done by ABC companies. Like, as you know, that the photo that I've shown you, that's the examples are done with DHL. Oh, we do have collaborators with other companies. We have like 11 collaborators total. So yeah, so in the future we are targeting more on this movement, and also due to COVID restriction, we can't set up like a pasar stall, which is like a night market stall. Yeah, due to that, we are unable to set up like a market stall because of the COVID. So in our future, or maybe even after the COVID, we will try to focus on packaged item, which is each recipient will receive a same amount of items as everyone else. So yeah, so that's how we move forward. About the corporate collaboration is they will give us, like, for example, like XXX amount. So we will do a calculation of how many kgs will be distributed to each family. So each tote bags will be around. We will try to be around 7 kg and above, 7 to 8.8 kg. That's our maximum weight of the other tote bag can carry. So yeah, depending on how much the corporates they how much the corporates gave us. So we will take the money and distribute, seek buy vegetables from the distributors and farmers, and we will distribute to the communities.
Amazing. Thanks for explaining that a little bit more in detail. I was about to ask, what's the minimum worth of food to organize a community distribution. So that's great, and also great to hear about your future plans. So I really hope that in the future there will be more and more partners to support what you do, and help you help more and more families. So I think with this question on the future of Pasar Grab, I'm going to conclude the episode. Shiuh, thank you so much for your time, and for your presentation. Thanks for joining us today. And before we say goodbye to our audience, just a reminder to please do celebrate Stop Food Waste Day tomorrow. You can check their website for some inspiration on even small gestures to get you started on how to tackle the food waste problem. And Stop Food Waste Day also has a lot of very inspirational and fun Instagram content to get you motivated. So check them out. And we also are celebrating at Livin Farms, and we are sharing a $30 discount for our web shop. The code is SFWD, Stop Food Waste Day, LF for Livin Farms. It's on the screen right now. Also, don't forget to fill out our feedback form on this episode to be eligible to win a $150 gift card for our website, for our web shop. And remember that we are seeing you next week. Again, the topic is still around food waste. We are meeting with Julia and Björk. They are from Iceland and they're entrepreneurs from the compost community. We will learn very interesting things about how to regenerate soil while using food waste from the community. Until then, I wish you all a happy Stop Food Waste Day tomorrow. It's Labor Day on Saturday, so please do celebrate your efforts at work, of course, and treat yourself. And yeah, thank you again, Shiuh, for today. It was amazing hearing more about Pasar Grub. Thanks for being part of Misplaced.